Today, I'm so excited for Midlife Motivation. I call her Stung by Samantha because that's her screen name on Instagram. I've got Samantha here. She caught my attention because she's doing midlife right. She's got a really fun social media account. She is always looks happy. I know she's a mom of a teenager also, but she's always looking happy. And she shares just the most epic ideas around style and fashion for the midlife woman. So I was dying to get to know her a little bit better. I messaged back and forth with her on Instagram a little bit, and I'm so happy to have her here today. So Samantha, thank you so much for being here today.
Natalie, first of all, I have to say I'm so excited because I've followed you for years and used to work out with you back in the day. I'm a huge workout follower and a YouTuber. So to actually be on your podcast, it's an honor. So thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited. Yeah.
I love that. Okay. So take us back. What made you even start an account that's so niche on this? Where did this come from?
Yeah. So I'm a YouTube lover. People don't understand it. They're like, you don't watch television shows. I go, no, at night I watch YouTube. People are so shocked. They're like, you don't watch Netflix or, and I'm like, no Hulu for me. I'm YouTube. So for me, YouTube, this long form video, I really, really have always loved, actually been obsessed with it for years, especially workout channels forever. Back in the day, I started doing it years ago, beauty influencers. So that's really where it all started. I was just kind of obsessed with YouTube.
Sure.
And I always wanted to start my own channel for years and years and years, but I was just too absolutely nervous to do it. So that's kind of where it all started. But prior to that, I'm a sharer, an oversharer. So for example, if you ran into me at Target and you were looking at the e.l.f. concealer and you were kind of staring at it for a little bit, I would actually go over to you and say, you know what, that one's really good. That camouflage e.l.f. concealer. Yeah, my daughter's like, Mom, please not talk to everybody. But yeah, I love sharing. So the two together, it was just a perfect match. I just needed to find the confidence to create the channel.
I love that you just said that because I think there's a lot of women that I think everyone has creativity in them. Everyone has something to offer. Everyone has something to teach. And I think we get in our heads about what should we share? What shouldn't we share? And even though you said you loved YouTube and you love that and you wanted to create, you didn't know what, it's interesting that you just kind of found, well, this is what I'm good at. This is what I'm doing anyway. So let me just go for it.
Yeah, I just knew I wanted to do it. The terrifying thing was what my friends would think. And that's a whole another situation that we can talk about being 50 plus in menopause that you just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
But that first step of, when you publish that video, your first video that you publish, you're terrified. And I didn't even tell my friends. I didn't want them to judge me. And I think that's what women are constantly thinking. We're going to get judged. So you can't go for your dreams. You can't be an influencer. Who do you think you are? And that kind of voice was always in the back of my head. And then I just had to do it. I couldn't wait anymore.
Let's talk about that for a minute, because that's actually a great topic right there. I mean, and I know women listening can relate to that because people pleasing is a heavy women's thing. We are so worried, what will our friends think? What will so-and-so think? What will they say? And that's a very real stop for people. So it sounds like you sort of had a breakthrough around that. Did you stop caring? Did you say, I'm going to go for it anyway? How did you get yourself to just put yourself out there and not worry about it?
I did care. I cared a lot. I was terrified, utterly terrified, but I just couldn't hold in who I truly knew who I was. I mean, this is me since I was 4. I mean, when I was 10, I was in the mirror doing, gee, your hair smells terrific. Do you remember that shampoo?
Yeah, of course.
And I was doing all the commercials. So I knew that I wanted to be here. And I was just so worried that I wasn't good enough, that how dare I think I could be this person? Who do you think you are? You're vain. That's trivial, so I just actually, to be honest, what really pushed me is when I separated from my ex, and I was alone with my daughter for the first time, and I'm like, this dream has just been waiting for too long. I'm just going to go for it, and I don't care. And if it all goes to, oh well. And I started. Yeah,
I love that.
About almost 9 years ago. Yeah.
So tell us the journey there. When did you start saying, okay, I'm so glad I did this? When did it go from I'm nervous and what are people going to think to this was good, I'm expressing myself?
Well, immediately I loved it. Immediately I loved it because I felt so free. When the camera turned on, believe it or not, people, you would think it would be the opposite, right? But when the camera turned on, I was like, I could just be everything I've wanted to be. Dance, be crazy, talk about my real opinions about things. And so almost immediately I knew I loved it. And yeah, and when I started getting the response from followers, or even my first follower, I remember like, I think it was months, maybe even a year, and I had
Okay.
50 followers. And it was like my mom, she had created like 3 different accounts.
Oh my gosh, that's cute.
Like my mom, in her late 70s had figured out
Yeah.
how to create like 3 different accounts, and I had all this liking all from different places. But
Oh,
yeah, when I got my first comment, I was just super excited. And then I was like, I'm doing this all the time. And
yes.
then the momentum started. Yeah, but I loved it from the get-go. I loved
And
it.
what's interesting, what I know, if I think back to when I first started on social media too, because we all go through the people pleasing conversation, but when it finally clicked that I'm helping people, like whether there was one person or 50 people or 100 or 1,000 or 10,000, it doesn't matter. I'm helping somebody. And when I was able to make that shift from it's about me and like what are people going to think to who can I actually help, that changed a lot for me.
Yeah, I actually have a folder on my phone that I keep all my special messages from my followers
Wow.
just when I'm hating social media or I'm burnt out, because I'm on TikTok, I'm on Be Real, I'm everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So you get burned out. So when I remember, like, why am I doing this? And I go to a little folder, and
Mhm.
from women who are like, when I went into menopause, I thought it was over. I thought I couldn't wear red lipstick. I thought I couldn't do this. And you are just such a breath of fresh air, and you've helped me so much. And I was like, wow. So
Yes. And you
absolutely. And
have.
I keep that there. Thank you. I keep that there. So to remind me why I'm actually doing this is not just about, the Samantha show.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of that, tell us about some things that we want midlife women to know, because I want everyone to go follow her account, by the way, Stung by Samantha. It's so good. It's so entertaining. It's so fun and happy. It's a really nice breath of fresh air when from the normal scroll of social media. But and help us understand, like, what do you want women in their 40s, 50s and beyond to know about style, about fashion, about all of that?
Yeah. So thank you. The first thing I want to say is you just cannot care what other people think and those rules. So there's so many rules put over women over 40, like you can't wear red lipstick, you can't dress a certain way, no holy jeans. You know these ones, you've heard them,
Yep,
the
of
no
course.
mini skirt, don't show your body. Well, that's inappropriate. And
Long
first of
hair,
all,
long hair.
long hair, right? What are you doing, right? Highlighter, which is my favorite makeup of all times. All those things that I was hearing, I never follow rules. I never have. That's just my personality. But I was shocked to see how many other women were telling me that. Even my own friends were like,
Wow.
oh, I can't wear that anymore, Samantha. I'm like, what? Because I thought we were all the same, but I realized that women were really judging themselves
Yeah.
after 40 specifically. So first thing is you have to just do what makes you feel beautiful, whatever that is. And I tell people that every single day. This is very interesting.
Okay.
Women will DM me and say, is it okay, Samantha,
They're asking you
if I
permission.
wear red lipstick?
Wow.
It's so shocking to me that they are asking permission. Like they
Mm.
need permission to be able to feel beautiful and do that thing. Like, or I'm sure you've heard this. Oh, that hat looks good on you, but hats don't work on me. No, hats work on you. You've just
Yeah.
never put one on. Red lipstick. Oh no, it looks terrible on me. No, try it. There's so many different shades. One will look beautiful on you. If you want red lipstick, wear it. You want long hair, wear it. Do whatever you want. Those rules, they really upset me. It really does kind of get me. So that would
Wow.
be the first thing. No rules. Do what makes you feel beautiful. You have one life. And why would you listen to this? I mean, who made up these rules? Like the white after Labor Day? I mean, why would you follow?
Yeah.
It just
Yeah. So,
that would
so
be it.
not listening to people. Give us, so
Oh
what
yeah.
else? So I know you're big into the hats and the highlighter. Talk us to us about that. What makes that
Yeah.
fun and special for our group?
Oh my gosh. Well, that goes back to the late 70s. Remember the Barbie head?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my gosh, it was my most favorite thing. I used to just put makeup and hair. Makeup and hair is my life. So to me, makeup is really it's like meditation. It's
Okay.
like therapy. People will say, I don't have that kind of time. Wow, I saw your makeup tutorial. It was 20 minutes. Are you crazy? I don't. No, that time is for me. That means my daughter can't. She better not come in and talk to me. Nobody better call me. I'll make it an hour. Even better yet, an hour, so I can really focus on myself. It's very meditative. It's like, coloring books, how they say that
Yeah.
you can use coloring books as meditation or therapy. I love it. And so I say spend the more time on yourself, self-care. It's all about you and no one can bother you. It's your me time. And also have fun with it. I don't expect you don't have to do anything to make yourself look more beautiful, whatever that might be. If it's just a little bit of gloss, a little bit of mascara, but just sit there, have fun, experiment, and play like when you're a little kid, when you used to play, that's what I also encourage women to do.
What I love about makeup and you is I think, again, no rules, but people can do what they want on their makeup. But I think sometimes, and I was guilty of this too, that we think we've got to do like more, like all these layers of foundation and concealer. And I think that can sometimes age us. What I love, what I sort of learned from watching you and what I see is you always look so glowy and youthful. And I think it's because I'm just looking at you right now. Some of you can't see her on video because it's a lot of audio here, but she's got like a peachy blush on and she's got highlighter, which makes her skin look like that dewy, glowy. And she's got the waves in her hair. And it's just, you have this whole youthful look about you.
Oh, thank you. So on that end, I would say cream products. Glow products, cream products. So for example, I'll just mention a brand. So Milk Makeup, all their products are cream. And I think that they work really well on mature skin.
So it's called Milk Makeup.
Milk Makeup, yeah, because it really kind of gives you that glow. They're at Sephora. And then I have so many sprays. Like I am misting and glistening the face. Oh yeah, to add moisture back, after 50, after menopause.
But I don't have any Mr. Gliss. I need to know about this. No, I need to know this.
You can get the higher end ones like Clinique does a moisture spray, or you can go and get the e.l.f., at Target. As far as like high end, low end, I know drugstore, I know high end, I could recommend anything to you. Highlighters are extremely important. I ask all my followers, I am obsessed with highlighting the skin because again, it gives you that really like useful glow, keeping it moist, just keep it moist.
So what are some must have? Like if we were to look in your bag, like when you're traveling or you're on the road or what are the must, like if you're like, everyone has to have these 4 or 5 things. What do you want them to have?
Hyaluronic acid, probably. Just to plump up that skin as your base. For me, I'm a concealer girl. I have been since I was a teenager. I cannot live without a really good concealer.
A concealer.
Concealer.
Do you have one you recommend for our age group?
Not for our age group. I recommend whatever works on you. There are new products, new concealers are really trendy right now. These very they're like concealers / skincare. It's the new trend in makeup right now. So I see a lot of that around. Milk Makeup also does one. But wear whatever you like. There's no brand, just wear what you like. It's probably your application. When you put on a concealer, and this is my number one question, it's the creasing. Creasing that a concealer will give you. So I would say prep the skin with a moisturizer of choice. You don't have to use the high-end one. And then put your concealer on. And I like to use a beauty blender or a makeup sponge. And then immediately after you put your concealer on, you have to set it with a setting powder. You have to, or it's going to crease. It will crease. And this is what I hear over and over.
Well, now I know what I'm doing wrong. I'm doing all this wrong.
Do you have a good setting powder, like a finely milled one?
No. Do you have one that we should all look at?
Laura Mercier in the house. The best.
Setting powder. I'm writing it down.
Spend a little bit more on a setting powder.
Okay, good to know. And then, so you said the acid was the important.
Hyaluronic acid,
Okay, I didn't even know about this. See, I'm learning right now. No, I don't know. Wow. I don't know these things. Okay, so we need that. We need a good concealer, a beauty blender, the right setting powder.
You can't give me 4. You can't give me 4. I'm so obsessed
there's
with
too
makeup.
many.
I'm just kidding.
But if you had nothing, if you had to just pick 4, so I would say you probably are going to say highlighter and lip gloss. Bronzer. Okay.
Bronzer. Oh my God, I bronze. I want to look like when I wake up, I just came back from vacation.
So how do we know where to put bronzer on?
Well, you can watch my videos. But I would say bronzer is going to be on, where the sun would naturally hit your face, right? So I like to put it all over my nose and my cheeks, my forehead and my chin. That's where if you were out at the beach, that's where the sun would hit you. And I like to get a bronzer maybe with a little bit of glow in it. So then it kind of, you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're getting the highlighter and the bronze at the same time.
Got it. Okay. Those are great tips. What about, I have to ask about some of the trends, like the eyelashes. Like everyone's got these eyelash extensions. What do you think of those?
I get so many things sent to me. I'm very fortunate and I have so many eyelashes, but honestly, I just can't, that's too much time for me. I like to spend more time on the skin. A strip lash, when you put a strip lash on, you're gorgeous immediately. That there is something really powerful about a lash, I will say
Okay.
that. But I have a little trick that you can do with your mascara is just focus the mascara on the outer corner where your baby wing would be, your wing liner would be.
Yeah.
Instead of applying mascara to the entire lash, just apply it to the quarter of the end where the wing would be and just focus it, and it kind of gives a wing look and it uplifts. So you're not getting, the fake eyelash look or the faux eyelash, but you're getting a little lift because over 50, we want to go this way,
Yeah.
up. We don't want to go down. So nothing really underneath the eye, always on the very top, on the outer corner. Keep it on
Nothing.
that outer corner. Don't bring it in.
I
Don't
love
bring
what
it in.
okay.
Yeah.
So nothing underneath the eye. And that's good to know because I do see a lot of women putting like that heavy eyeliner like we did in high school on the underneath part.
Right. So the waterline actually is new trend, right?
Okay.
Putting liner back in the waterline is a new trend, but under the eye, I'm talking about like a dark liner under the eye. It's just going to make your eyes look smaller. So we don't want to do that. You can put shadow under your eyes. You just want to put a dark liner. We don't want to make our eyes smaller. We just want them bigger and more uplifted on the corners.
I love this. Okay. And then talk to me about hair a minute, because like you have that youthful hair look too. Like any thoughts on that, on what brings us back to that youthful look?
Yeah. So I have the Dyson Corral. It is very, very expensive. I don't know if you have any Dyson products. I was thankfully gifted it from being in the Sephora squad, but let me tell you that thing, me and my daughter, we've had it for 4 years. She uses it every day. I use it every day.
Wow.
It has not even, it is just, it is an amazing piece of technology. And I use that to do my curls. So it's a straightening iron, but have you ever tried doing curls with a straightening iron?
So I have the Dyson Air Wrap. This is different.
Oh, right.
What you're saying?
Yeah, no, this is different. So mine's the straightening iron.
Okay.
But when I use it and I curl with it, I like that my daughter uses it to straighten. I like to use it to straighten, but I love that it has the option to curl at the same time. You're going to invest in it, but it will last you forever. So, and also less damage to the hair, because we know also over 50, we can talk about what happens to your hair over 50. So we have to be a lot more careful with our hair because we're going to be losing it, right?
Yeah. Speaking of that, tell us about that, because you've always been into makeup. You've always been into the fashion and this fun stuff. What did you notice really changed after 50 that you had to sort of adjust?
I mean, I thought perimenopause was bad. Perimenopause was insane to the point where I was screaming at my daughter for no reason. Just like I would hear, people would walk down the street with keys in their pocket, and I'd be like, I'm gonna go crazy. Like they need to that noise. I can compare it to pregnancy when I would get like, I would want to like get off, walk away from someone because I wanted to vomit. Like sensitive, that same kind of feeling. So perimenopause was bad. And then when I started realizing, I started just researching, and then I was like, oh, okay. So I sat down with my daughter and I said, this is what mommy's going through. So I want you to understand, because at one point she said to me, Mommy, you're so mean. And she was like, I don't know. I started going menopause like 6 years ago. So she was pretty little. She was like, I miss my old nice mommy. And I was like, okay. So then I started researching. So perimenopause was very difficult. And anybody who is going through that, I really recommend that you reach out for help, because no one should have to go through that and think they're going crazy and they're angry and mean and can't sleep and all that. So there was that. Okay, then I got through that. Then I got through the 12 months of no period. So that means you're in menopause, right? I got there and I was like, oh man, this isn't so bad. Mood swings like subsiding, feeling good. I didn't have the weight gain, I think, because I just exercise all the time anyway. But the hair, the worst part was the hair loss. I'd say like I've lost 20 to 30% of the volume of my hair.
Okay. Cause I'm not there yet. I'm in the perimenopause. So I'm not quite at that. I'm in the so I'm not at the
perimenopause for you. Are you feeling all those things?
Similar to what you said. And then I definitely got into the lab testing and looking at like how to balance things and using maca. Like I'm on it, but I found that I have to test every 90 days because it just adjusts all the time. And then you go from having your period every 28 days, which I always did, to like, I'll have it on every 10 days or all of a sudden it's like 45 days. I'm like, what is happening? So
it feels like you're PMS 24/7. The boobs are out to here and the stomach's out to there.
And hot flashes. The hot flashes are not, that's why I'm like, you said Mr. I'm like, Mr. Because the hot flashes are something else. There's something special.
Oh,
So
yes.
yeah, so I
Yes.
haven't gotten to the hair loss yet. I guess that's another thing to look forward to.
Well, you have beautiful thick hair. So I already had thin hair naturally. So I was already set up to fail with this one. But you have beautiful thick hair. So you'll probably be okay. But you will lose.
Okay.
I mean, it's the saddest, hardest part for me about menopause. And I actually have been reaching out to every brand. I have no shame. I will DM a
Yep.
CEO, a founder. I don't care. I'm like, what do you have? What's going to work? And I'm currently looking in those laser caps right now.
Okay.
Have you heard about those?
No.
Um, so they're like the new hair trend. They're saying that these work for hair loss for menopausal women. The very expensive components, like $800. So I'm trying to
Okay.
work with some brands right now. But you'll care a little bit more about it if it starts to happen to you.
Yeah.
But what happens is the volume in your hair, it's just
Right.
gone. You can't remember. Well, you can still do it. You can just grab your hair and put it in a high bun and just like
Totally. Yeah, we
whatever.
can't do that after that. Yeah.
No, and it's really, really difficult for women because I think for me, and I'm a Leo, I know you're a Virgo.
Yes.
My hair is like it. Like my hair is me. So for me to lose my hair and thin out my hair was very hard. It's still hard for me. And I try to say, hey, Samantha, it's okay. You're
Mhm.
healthy. It's all right. But I will say I have every single gadget for growing hair and I'm going to continue the search. And
Okay.
when I find the thing that I really feel that does work, I will be announcing it on my
And have you
channel.
tried, Samantha, do you do collagen or do any of the supplements for that?
All of them. I got
No,
everything.
it's
Like I
still
said,
not.
I get sent everything. And
Wow.
probably you get sent a lot of things. I have all the hair supplements, the higher end ones,
Yep.
the newer. Nothing has really made an
Okay.
impact. I do use some products. Products can fake thick hair. I have something called the Volume that kind of like puts
Mm.
I'm not doing it today, but it puts a waffle print in your
Okay.
hair, kind of like a crimper from the
Yeah.
80s.
Oh
And
yeah.
then you do it in the under layers. So then the top layer kind of comb over and it gives you
Okay.
the appearance of volume.
So you know what I use, by the
Yeah.
way, like, look at me giving you it. Maybe you've
Oh,
already tried
please,
this, I'm
please.
sure,
No,
but and I am certainly not the expert here, but I actually love that. It's called Triple Sec from Dry Bar. Have you seen it? It's a spray they have at dry bars. They sell it there. You can get it at probably Sephora or wherever, but it's a spray and you like lift your hair up and you spray it and it gives it this instant volume without the dry shampoo stuff, without the residue.
right. Right,
So
right. Yeah.
it's like better than it's almost like teasing your hair. It's called
Okay, well,
Triple
there's
Sec.
a dry bar right around the
All
corner.
right,
I'll go
try it.
check that out. Yeah, I because my hair is thin, I have to be careful about product because you put like a tiny bit of product. My hair's
Yep.
like this curl, like it in about 20 minutes, it will be like Marsha Brady again.
Well, she
Like my
looks
hair
great.
never
As I'm looking
held.
at you, it looks full and really nice. So it looks great.
But yeah, the search for a good hair product for the
Okay.
menopausal women is my number one right now. I mean, even the sleep and the hot flashes, yeah, those are bad. By the way, I have my fan with
Yep.
me at all times.
Yep.
Those are terrible. Hot flashes can be really difficult. Like another thing with hair, and I'm actually trying to work with someone who does hair because they say don't wash your hair every night. Well, when you're
Yep.
soaking wet in your bed every night, you
Yes.
have to wash
Oh
your hair
yeah.
every
I
night.
know that. So
What are you
I
gonna?
know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do we do when we have a soaking wet hair from a hot flash
You have
and then we're
to.
not supposed to wash our hair every night? Well, we have to.
So
So I'm looking at more like sulfate-free shampoos, ways that we can wash every day, maybe like apple cider vinegar
mm.
rinses rather than shampoos with sulfates and things like that. But again, I'm on the search. I'm 24/7 looking
So
for
we're gonna
something that we
follow
can do for
you
our
because
hair.
we figure if we're looking for it, she's probably already on it, researching it, and it's
So I'm
gonna be
on
on
it.
her page. She's gonna share it.
I'm on it.
Talk to us about skin in general. Like what's changed there and what have you figured out there? Any secrets or tips that we need to know about that?
Yeah. So the skin, I talk a lot about embracing those lines and wrinkles.
Okay.
I know nobody wants the lines and wrinkles, and those are the key words that we're supposed to use. And I'm like, you have to love those things. They're
I
yours.
actually
You
don't care about lines
earned
and
them.
wrinkles personally. I care about the
Oh,
brown
good.
spots. I have tons of sun damage
Oh,
spots
oh,
from being,
yes.
19, 20 and tanning beds. That they're all coming
Baby
out now.
oil. Baby oil.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Laying
silver
out.
mat that I laid in and then the
Oh,
tanning bed.
yes.
So what do you,
Okay.
any tips or tricks
Yes.
around that?
Yes. So, I mean, brown spots, you can get rid of them. I would recommend vitamin C every
Okay.
day. Vitamin C is going to kind of like exfoliate the skin. You've got to exfoliate. Do you exfoliate?
I do,
So
but it's
either a
not
chemical or physical exfoliant. So a physical would mean an actual very mild scrub, and
okay.
then a chemical would be something with like acids. to kind of get rid of that top layer of skin and kind of just, that's where those brown spots build up, and you have to use it on a regular basis. And eventually it takes a while, but they will go. I
You
don't
know what
see
I
any
think
brown
looks
spots on your face.
terrible on older skin, on our skin, or maybe not yours, but mine. When we start getting those brown spots, and then we use tanning cream. That is like the self tanners. It makes you to me, it makes me look dry, scaly, and makes all those brown spots come out darker. So I am not a fan of that. I don't know if you found something that's different than that, but
well,
the self tanners make them look worse to me.
Yeah, so I don't self tan. So I'm natural. This is my natural color. But I mean, I bronze. I bronze like a storm. But I've just started actually using a little face tan by Saint Tropez. I believe. Have you heard of that one?
No.
It's a face mist. And I was reading about it on Amazon. Everybody was like 5 stars, 5 stars. And I put a moisturizer on my face first, and I kind of just spray it on. And I think putting the moisturizer on first really helps so it doesn't come out blotchy. And also, I'm doing this new trick with self tanner. I'm contouring with the self tanner. Have you ever contoured with the self tanner? So how you would contour your face, I take like a small brush and I spray the self tanner on it, and then I like carve out my nose under the tip. Yes, and then a little bit like over the up top of the nose and cheeks, as if you had been at the beach the night before, and then of course around the forehead and the chin, maybe snatch the jaw a little bit, and then you wake up in the morning.
That's amazing.
It's so good. Please try.
I got to try that. I have to try that. Yeah, I'm going to test that. Gosh, this is so insightful. I love this. Okay. So the last thing I want to ask you about is just kind of clothing tips. Like, what do you have, like a certain, like every woman needs this in her closet or go to? I have a feeling I know what you're going to say, but I'm curious if there's anything that we don't know about that we all need to know.
I want you to wear what makes you feel sexy and gorgeous, whatever that is. And please go shop at the stores that you wouldn't think you're supposed to shop at. You don't have to go into, I don't even know what women in their 50s shop, Casual Corner. That store's not even around anymore. Express. I don't know. You can shop.
I don't want to be Zara. A Talbots and Chico's person. I don't want Talbots that. So my mom, I love my mom. She's 70, in her mid 70s, but every birthday, she wants Talbots or Chico's. And I'm like, I will not be a Talbots and Chico's person. So that's not happening.
Zara, to me, I love Zara. Now, if you're against fast fashion, that's another thing. I do a lot of thrifting. I love thrifting because you can find those one-of-a-kind pieces. I love to mix thrifting with like fast fashion. So H&M. I think I'm at Zara every week, to be honest. I go down there and I just check out what's in trend, and then I see if I have it in my closet already, because you probably already have it. You can kind of like work with what you have and then copy the current trends, because as we know, trends are changing every season. So I like to do that. There's great sales at H&M and Zara, so you don't need a lot of money, trust me, to look cute and fashionable. But yeah, try the stores that you don't think you should go into. I would say if you see a store that you're like, oh, I can't go in there, go in. Just go in and browse. Check it out. You never know what you're going to find.
So good. This was so helpful today. Okay. Everyone has to go follow her pages, because this is where are all the places that you're at, so everyone knows where to go.
So first of all, it's Stung by Samantha at all places. I don't have different names at different places. It's all Stung by Samantha. So I have YouTube, Stung by Samantha, Instagram, which is my love. I think Instagram will always be my love. TikTok is, it's coming up there. And then I'm also on Pinterest. That's very small. I'm still trying to figure out Pinterest, to be honest. And then I'm on Be Real. Are you on Be Real?
My daughter just told me about this, so I don't know much about it yet. Is this the thing we're supposed to be on now?
Yes. And also TikTok is trying to compete with Be Real. So they've just created TikTok Now, which is a copy of Be Real through the platform. Basically, you just get to take a photo every day. You'll get an alert on your phone, and it will tell you to take a photo, a front-facing photo of what you see, and then a photo of what you look like, and they get posted at the same time. No editing, no filter, right there.
It's real.
Have not a drop of makeup on, and then it posts for 24 hours. And then you can't see any of your friends or followers unless you continue to post. If you don't post, you can't see. So I really think it's fun. And so, but I'm on all those platforms, but I would say Instagram is my jam. I love
this. Well, I think you're doing great things. I love your page. I love what you stand for. I love your tips. I already learned so much on just this session. I can't wait to follow more and learn more, because it seems like you just are on it with all the things. So thank you so much today, Samantha. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I had a great time. Thanks again.